To the Needs Languages YouTube channel. I'm really glad you're here. I hope you subscribe below. Last week we talked about personality. This week, um, we're going to talk about community. Each week I want to have a little bit of a theme. So, we talked about last week personality and defined it. So, when you know your personality, you can start to know how you fit in community. People who like to challenge personality tests are usually the same people who like to challenge community. Oftentimes, they're not well liked in community, and they can sometimes seem like the bad boys or the bad girls. I want to talk about a story because we all like stories and we can relate to stories. A few years back, I remember a person who told me he liked to challenge personality tests. He told me they didn't work for him, and he also liked to prove his point and argued with everyone. He had developed a behavioral modality. I had another friend who was married. She started helping this person who liked to challenge these people who had this person who had developed his behavioral modality business. And this was also as I was starting my business. And I saw similarities in our businesses, and I also saw the differences in our businesses. I also saw how intelligent this individual was that was starting his own business that liked to challenge people. But something inside of me told me not to trust him. Now, I want to also tell you something. When you hear something in your gut that says, I'm not feeling comfortable with this one, you go with what's in your gut. That doesn't mean that you're judging them that they're bad or they're good or, you know, it just means be observant to what you're feeling in your gut and go with your gut. And doesn't mean you necessarily have to say anything either. You just kind of go with your gut. Um, I saw with my friend that was the female, I saw how talented she was at connecting people in community. And, I noticed people's talents. You also just observe. This is just observing and being aware with what you're seeing. Now, he had a unique gift of pissing people off. The bad boy, I don't care what you think of me attitude. Needless and that bad boy guy, he saw the girl's gift and he was exploiting it and promising her things. He connected into her personality. Needless to say, wisdom did not visit this relationship. And my friend, she lost money with this guy and his business. She got burned and he took advantage of her. Their friendship ended. I only heard her side. I chose not to get involved. Many times, people can be attracted to the bad person persona. Why that is, I don't know. When that happens, one party or both parties walk away. Now, I don't judge the situation, but what I do say is this: be aware of who you are, what you want, and what you need. He was speaking who he was, she was speaking who she was, but they were not listening to each other. He saw her talents and he wanted to use them to help him in his business. She was willing to give them, but it ended up costing her more than what she was willing to pay. I know this because she told me. He didn't seem to care about the relationship because he never mentioned a problem. These are behaviors that can affect the puzzle pieces of how we fit in community. For more information, you can always check out our books and other products on the Needs Languages website. This is what I wanted to talk about here was how we navigate and fit in community and how it impacts our relationships in community. This is why it's so vital we learn to listen to each other, how we work with each other. And I hope by listening to the story, you start thinking about who are the people that I'm in community with. It reminds me of a Sesame Street song of who are the people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Yes, who are the people in your neighborhood? They're the people that you meet each day. So, who are the people in your community? How are you connecting with them? And how do you navigate that? And so, I think that is what you look at and listen to each other's words and follow what works for you. So, on that note, this is how we navigate community. Think about that. See you next time. Bye. Oh, before I go, before I leave you on that note, I have an amazing TED Talk that I did in Utah on belonging and community that I will leave a link to that in the chat. So see you next time. Bye for now. And please remember to subscribe.